trying to stretch the glide, you were pulling back on the nose. So all that's going to do is the plane's going to go up, the airspeed's going to go to 40, the plane is going to violently flip over, and then you're going to be dead. So we don't ever want to, it's always add power. Don't lift the nose up when we're low to the ground. Nice and easy. Yeah, you were actually doing all the right stuff. I was pretty comfortable that I was getting a little nervous that you weren't going to add the power. I was waiting and waiting and waiting to see, and then I think you finally realized, you know, we were getting pretty close to the bean field there. One guy did land in there a couple years ago, and it was an instructor. It was this really old guy, and he fell asleep with the student. I don't know how long he had been working here, but he was pretty old enough that he fell asleep in the plane. And the student, like, I don't know what the hell happened, but he just, for about a month, there was this big wheel marks out in the bean field where they had to go drag it out with a tractor. This looks really nice now. You got this totally down. When I have my hands up here, you know you're flying, right? Yeah. It also means I have some confidence level that you're capable of flying the plane. So this sight picture, the Earth is getting bigger, so you might want to, there you go. Yep. We need to bleed off some power, so, and you're also 100 feet low, sort of, so you can just lift the nose a little bit, bleed off. Want to get in that white arc. As soon as you're in the white arc. And again, we're not in a hurry. If you want to extend your downwind to make all this work till you get comfortable. Cool, that's it. So the Earth is getting bigger the way I see it. Try not to get too fixated on this because this is lagging what's really happening out the window. This is perfect right here.
So worry more about the altimeter itself than the VSI?
Well, just be aware the VSI is a lagging instrument. And so if you're constantly looking at that, expecting to know if you're descending or, I mean, we're close to the ground, so when that thing gets really narrow, between the horizon and the glare shield, that means we're climbing or straight and level. And when it gets really deep in Earth, that means you're descending at 500 to 800 feet per minute probably, and you need to do something. So I can tell you right now, you're probably going to need a touch of power because we're pretty far from the runway center line, and we got to get over that. So just the math here, I got to go about 3/4 of a mile that way and then 3/4 of a mile that way, and I don't have enough gradient to do that if I keep descending at 300 or 400 feet per minute. So you did the right thing there. You added some power. That's all this is about, adding power, slowing down, speeding up, gaining altitude. So you seem to be well clear of the wires, so I'm not too worried. You might want to give yourself a little bit more margin, but that's fine. And then here comes the runway, and there's some more wires down there, but they're pretty low. So now you're about to descend through the bottom of the glide path, so there's only one thing you can do. Just a little bit, just a little. You don't have to go crazy, because we're already going 70 or 80 knots. There you go. Add the rest of the flaps real quick. And here you go. We're just a little bit short of the runway. There you go. So just don't let the power out until we get a little further. So we're going to land a little long, so just really gentle. We're just really gentle. Take the power all the way out, and we'll keep the nose down a little. And now we're going to bleed off the airspeed. Ready? We're just going to hold it right here. Bleed it off, bleed it off, bleed it off. And it's almost like you didn't even feel the plane land. Okay, Chief. What do you think?
Done.
You had enough?
Yeah, we're good.
You probably did like 12 landings just now. Let's get the flaps up and the carb heat off, and I'll see what happened there. Yeah, that was...
I want to see what's down here anyway. Down here.
Let's see what you got. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I should be paying attention. Let's stop right here, real easy. And then we'll just add a little power and taxi off the runway. A little bit. I'm just using a little brake and a little rudder. And I'll count these when we land. Not that important right now. Cool. God, these masks are driving me crazy. You gotta wear this all day at your work? Yeah. I get to take mine off like in my office, but I feel like I'm wearing a wool ski hat with a face mask on right now. So we're moving pretty good now, so I'm just gonna put in a little bit of right rudder.
That idle.
We can add a little power, and then we're gonna turn. There used to be a yellow line. You can just barely see it. Turns off. It sort of looks like a tire track. So we're just gonna do a gentle turn. And there it is. Maybe just a little brakes here so we're not like blasting down here, because you don't ever want to hit another plane. There's just, where do we get this? I think we got it right here. So we're going to turn to face that guy's prop. So we're going to use a little bit of brakes. And I'm going to try and let me just grab this real quick and I'll see if I can get you lined up. That's close enough for what we're doing here.
Flaps are up, carb heat off.
Most important thing right now is somebody's got to have their feet. So I'm going to hang on the brakes so you can do that, but it's real easy for the plane to start moving from this perspective.
Shut down, right?
Yep.
Avionics master off.
Yep.